Suzanne Franks. Following on from that, you ended on quite an optimistic note, saying within the next year people will be prepared to pay. But surely you should be looking at the demographic in this. The under 30s or the under 35s assume that news comes free. You sit on the tube now. How rarely do you see somebody actually really pay for a newspaper?
Yeah, I'm an optimist because guess what? People are really not.
Do they check? But are they going to change?
People are living on, and these people like newspapers. They don't read a bit online, but they are newspaper readers. And if they're going to live an extra 5-10 years, great. But no, hold on, the serious point. Well, hold on, can I just finish? I'm sorry, is this work?
Is it working? No,
it's not. Okay. Let's take a more serious point about young people don't want to read newspapers. Yes, I think this is largely true. They don't want to. Yes, because the news business made a fundamental error somewhere around the top of the market in 2000 when internet stocks were going through the roof. Everybody thought they could set up their own website and make millions. And guess what? We ceded the argument to some young, talented rocket scientists in Silicon Valley who said, information is for free, and all you need is audience. And we ceded the past, we sold the past, we said, yes, we don't have to pay, we don't need to charge, because information is free. It's completely different. Information is not free, access to information. There's a difference between what you pay, what it costs to provide, not just information. News is different. And that's different. We should never have agreed to that. We should never have been seduced by the notion that audience is everything. Audience regardless. No.
So why are you optimistic then within the next
Because the crucial point now is it's forced news organisations to be much, much more serious about their business model and what makes them different and that they can sell. It's not just about the news. They've got to figure out what other services can they sell on the back of their audience. And that if they can create a sense of a club, that's different. Here's another thought. This is becoming a lecture, but it is a lecture. No. The point here is that if you can create a club, we've had a retail model where people just walk along and one day they'll buy the Sunday Times, one day they'll buy the Observer, then they'll buy the Financial Times on Monday, but they don't want to buy it on Tuesday. And we've just accepted this level of riskiness. We've not tried to grow a subscription basis where you're actually selling to people 6 days in a week. Because once you know their names and addresses, news organisations for years just thought, oh well, it's the retail staff, so we don't need to know our customer. It's a fundamental mistake. You need to know your customer. So they needed to change earlier, and they didn't. Now, for some, it's going to be too late. Do you think that?
Sorry. Compelling case for quality journalism, as one would expect, and I was struck too by the contrast between open society journalism and what you describe as closed society journalism, self-censorship, support of the supreme leader, and so on. So I'm wondering what you make of the conspiracy of silence that has followed from some of the quality papers in the light of the Guardian's further revelation.
I'll answer that, but I never use the word closed society journalism. I never use that term, and I've never used it, because there are many people who are more courageous than I, who are operating in places like Russia, who are doing amazing journalism. I talked about journalism in closed societies and talked about some evidence of self-censorship, but that's not true. There are some absolutely magnificent examples of people who are prepared to take on the authorities and write, and sometimes, in some cases, pay their lives, or be beaten up, whether they be in Central Eastern Europe, Belarus, Czech, Bosnia, whatever. So I know just to be clear, closed society journalism doesn't exist in that. Closed societies, yes. In terms, I would welcome fuller coverage of a parliamentary commentary here. I welcome more serious coverage of Parliament and parliamentary committees in general, but I think that what took place yesterday was worthy of coverage, and that's why the Financial Times paid attention to it. But I never dreamed of offering advice to other editors on what
Lionel, just Adrian Monck, just wondered what you thought of Business Week, you know, a very famous brand, struggling, quality heritage, and there's talk that it might be on sale for a price people.
Yes, well, if it's true, and these are widespread reports, that Business Week, which was once one of the leading business magazines in America, it is on sale for $1, I would suggest that this is an unambiguous warning to all established media that they're in peril unless they can persuade their audience, their potential and actual audience, that they're worth paying money for. And these business magazines have been caught because they are in the middle. And I'm not saying in the everywhere, I'm saying they're in the middle. And their advertising is dramatically formed. They've moved, perhaps, I'm not saying the Business Week has done this because they have an exceptionally good journalist who's editing and a person. They've been perhaps slow to re-establish, reinvent their business model, and they've been over-reliant